trailer.
Like
Trailer.
reveal.
Yeah, the review.
Yeah.
Either way. I guess we can just start the podcast, right?
Yep.
Okay, so in short, as an introduction for this monthly podcast, which we last uploaded, let me check. I think before last year's OSTT. I can check. 10 months ago. Our monthly podcast. I mean, we're not fully to blame. We tried to record more podcasts, but we went off trail. And some things were said that are best kept in the vault.
Yeah.
You know? Some things are not ready to see the light of day.
Yeah.
In a way. So this podcast episode will actually mainly feature in-game stuff. Legends AZ or Z2A, I believe it is called.
Yeah.
And not a whole lot of competitiveness.
Cool.
Which, to start off with, are you guys actually excited for this, or?
Oh yeah.
No,
I've been waiting for
just
this for like forever.
But here's the thing, right? Because when Legends Arceus was announced, I remember watching the trailer thinking, nah, this is gonna be nothing. This is gonna be shit. How
Really?
wrong was I? Yeah, but okay, but
Yeah.
Hear me out. Pokemon didn't have the best track record, you know. They really know how to get the least out of their games and their franchise. They really know how to do it. Besides monetary value, they really know how to scrape the bottom of that one. But in terms of the quality of the games, they really know how to like get zero out of their franchise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, provide us like the bare minimum that they need to sell the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really know how to do that, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
They got us by the balls. If the fact that we still buy that shit mess shows how they got us. But
Sometimes
The majority of their demographic does not care about how quality it is. Because they're about 8 years old.
no, you said it, but
They
I
just
don't
want
believe.
to pick Pikachu.
No, dude, I don't think that's true. I think the main demographic are like 15-year-olds who don't wanna, like they are hiding that they like Pokemon. You know, it's a secret that they like Pokemon.
mean-
But I think that's the main demographic:
Maybe.
15-year-olds that hide the fact that they like Pokemon.
Were you one of those?
No, I always came clean. Partially, because I don't want to say I was the bully in school, but let me put it like this: there were no bullies that I was afraid of.
This exact same conversation derailed the last attempt.
Good catch. Let's not go into my high school time. You know, it's a dangerous path we're walking with going off the track. But yeah. Okay. So what are you guys? Okay. Like, I have no script for this or like a few bullet points of what I want to talk about, because all my shit is unscripted. Maybe I should do that a little bit more, but so I'm just going along for now. What are you guys most excited for? No. Actually, another question. Kalos, because that's like, this is the Gen 6 remake, but then in Legends form. Do you guys think, because Kalos led a lot of loose ends, right? A lot of unanswered questions. Probably the most out of any game Pokemon has made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Yeah,
everybody
for sure.
was thinking Pokemon Z was coming. To answer all those questions, but no, we got Sun and Moon.
It was
and,
supposed to. But we got.
there were so many rumors that I don't even know what was true and what wasn't anymore. But either way, we just got games that I actually really liked. I know a lot of people disliked them, but I like the XY games. Do you guys think they will start answering all those unanswered questions?
Oh, they have to.
I don't
But the
think
thing
so.
is, right, that like the game takes entirely like within Lumio City, right? So they can't go back to like the power plant or any of that, right?
Yeah, I have something to add to that, but
Or a lot of
I'm
unanswered
curious what
questions
Eragon
were.
thinks.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of XY as well.
Vote.
That was my first game.
Dude, all of you guys. It was
But
also
I think-
Parker's first
I
game.
think
Yeah,
my
same.
favorite. My question about ZA, right, is I think what makes Kalos really good is it's kind of like, in terms of like the region design, for me it sits like right on the edge of like, it has obviously it has better graphics than like the older games, right? But it's also
Yes
like
and no,
the last
yes and
game that really has a true Pokemon route design. Because after X and Y, like the routes, I'm not gonna lie, they got really bad.
I miss the old routes.
But the XY routes are like really good, and so
I
I'm
love
kind of
those.
curious how they're gonna like deal with getting rid of that, because that was for me what made like Kalos like a good region, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I think they won't address any of the unanswered questions, but I think they will throw in a bone about the Lumio City Ghost Girl. You guys know
Oh yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
surely they have to.
That's
They
one of the ones.
must.
Surely that has to.
It,
be
it,
one.
it takes place in
Yeah.
Lumio City, so they and every fucking Pokemon fan who has played those games is wondering about it still. Like the Lumio City Ghost Girl lives rent free in my head. Like I need to know what the whole shebang with that is, because I know it's like an tradition, right, for Pokemon to include Ghost Girls. In Gen 5 you had the Ghost Girl on the bridge and in the big house in like Budget Mexico, and I forgot what that place was called. And Gen 4 the Haunted House, of course, and Gen 3 even had it. So you know, so I don't know if it's just there
There's one
to
in
keep the
Gen
tradition
7
going.
too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's there to keep the tradition going. Also in Gen 8, by the way. But I don't know if it's there to keep the tradition going, or if it has more to it. But maybe they can just make something up in case there isn't more to it.
I'd like
Because
to-
we need to know.
I'd like to hope it was like an Easter egg about like what the next game was going to be, but then it just never got made.
No.
Did you guys
no
ever
way.
see the?
Totem?
Did you guys ever see the leak that happened a couple years ago about the original like XY plot? I can't remember
No,
all the
I didn't.
details.
No
but It
idea.
had some shit about that. Yeah, it was
I
wild.
I must admit, I always stay like quite far away from the leaks, even trailers. I'm like completely off the radar when a Pokemon game gets announced, because I want
Well,
to
it wasn't like
experience
it was like retroactive.
Oh,
It was retroactive.
uh,
So they
I
were
don't know.
like, I can't remember where it came from, but it was everyone was covering it like it was credible. I don't know if it was like, I don't know. It was like 3 years ago now, but it was like supposedly like the original plan for like what they were gonna do with XY. And I think that had like an answer for the Ghost Girl, but I don't know. I think
me
it
neither.
was suspicious. There's also wasn't there some shit in like the train station or something?
Yeah, okay, so there is like a train station with a track that just goes nowhere. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
train station, and people are wondering where's that
Oh.
gonna go. Nowhere, obviously, but you know.
I don't know. I think there was like some like secret like text in the train, one of the train stations.
There was text, but there wasn't like anything big, if I remember correctly.
Let me check.
Okay, here's like a small thing that just popped into my head, and this hasn't really anything to do with. It has to do with in-game, but not with Legends ZA. I've been trying to complete my. I finally did it, by the way, today.
No way.
My decks in SV for the shiny charm.
got
Yeah, it has to do with like this. There's a Solosis who is torturing me. I don't know if I'll go more in depth. Maybe if we have time left after the podcast, I'll talk a little bit about it. Like after we're done with our topic. But you're right. I almost finished it. I just need like 4 Pokemon to finish it, and I thought now's the time to finish because I really need all the shiny luck I can get. So I need to get that shiny charm. So I went on the Pokemon GTS, right?
Yeah.
What's up with all the asked Furfrou level 100 Pharaoh
Oh
styles?
yeah. It's
What's
bad.
going on with that?
Well, you know how like on the 3DS games there was always like those like things that were crashing the GTS and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there'd always be like some impossible Pokemon that people would.
There
request.
are more
latest
impossible
one-
Pokemon, I think,
The
than
latest
possible
one is
Pokemon.
just Furfrou. The
Why?
latest one is just Furfrou.
No, this.
Because you can't. The way home works is like
Yeah, no forms.
It takes away, it takes away the
Yeah,
forms.
why do they add the function then? It's so weird. Like I was
stupid.
looking for
Because
something
they
like
don't
somebody
think when they
had
make the game.
like I want Hisuian Voltorb that can travel to Let's Go Pikachu. Like, bruh, why do they add that? I even had a guy asking for a Zacian gender female, which it's ungendered. Like, dude, what?
Bro.
Dude, like, why do they allow this? Why? So
Oh my
no,
God.
dude, like they took no effort designing the GTS, but I don't know what's up with that fucking
Yeah.
Furfro shit.
It's a great idea, but like, they've never bothered to like
the idea, the concept is great,
hack-proof it.
but how it's like executed, whoa, that's very poorly done.
Yeah.
That's
remember
that's
the days
basically
like
Pokemon
that.
as a franchise. Great idea.
Level
The
1
execution is a bit more questionable, but either way, the other reason why I think back on topic, why they're not gonna address any of the questions is partially because in Legends Arceus they also didn't really conform or take note of the main game's storyline. They really went with their own story, right? Pardon me.
Well, no, I disagree with that.
Well,
It's-
same topic, but like it had its whole
There's,
own
like-
storyline.
It's not like all in your face, like it's there. It's, I don't know.
No, but it wasn't an
I
addition
see what
to
you're
the.
saying, but like, I think this one also just has more potential. I wouldn't rule out them. I think they'll reference it, but I don't think they'll answer it, if that makes sense.
Well, no, the other thing is, right, because I think they won't do it because they just want to create a new own story which doesn't have a place for the unanswered questions. Also, the other things are, like this is, I assume, this is the thing I don't know, when is this taking place, right? Because
yeah,
the
that's
city planning and like the start of urbanization, or urbanizing, whatever word they used.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
Yeah, but
Like,
that
is it the past or the future?
yeah. So no, but like if they're urbanizing, I assume it's in the past, right? Because
Yeah.
in the main games, Lumia City is already there and fully going.
Mhm.
But
But it also says like re-urbanization plan.
yeah, so I don't know what
Like,
what
they're doing it-
the
they're
time is
remodeling.
confusing me. The time is
Mhm.
confusing me. But what I will say
I
is
think
that
they made it vague on purpose.
yeah, oh for sure. There's probably, if you decode the language that's in the trailer, which I'll call it for now, you can probably figure something out, but I'm sure that's already been done. But either way. But if it takes place before all that Team Flare bullshit, the power plant, they can't answer that question, right? Because it's pre-power plant. I just think
true.
they can't tie it in.
Yeah.
I will
So
say
I can't
though,
believe
yeah,
I
sure.
can't believe there's so much stuff in XY that it's just there's potential there and it just never got activated. Like why is
Such
the
a
door to the
shame.
power plant locked? Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
It's why is the door there?
It's a shame.
Totally
Because
not.
it's such a
And
cool
there's no
game,
door
in
there.
my opinion.
Mhm.
Well,
That's
Okay,
the
so-
thing. Like all these locations, they're so cool, but you don't even get to really explore half of them.
yeah, that and I think Pokemon needs to start. No. I'll keep this topic for a little bit later because I first want to say something before I forget it. Yeah, the timeline of Pokemon just keeps confusing me. Not as much as in when did it happen chronologically, but Legends Arceus takes place 150 or 200 years ago, one of those two. Right? But not
Yeah.
that long
Yeah.
ago. But in terms of what we've seen in Civilization, tools, aesthetics, it reminds me very much of. I don't know the English term for this, but in Dutch you would call it the classic ancient, like during the Greek and the Roman era, like pre-Christ. Like it looks like that era, but then in Western Northern Europe. Then again, it's very clearly like Japanese aesthetics, right? And I know those architecture and actually technology, like the Japanese came quite late with that. So I don't know, but the timeline just does not work the same as here, right? If you know what I mean, like the time seems to move way faster. If that was 200 years ago from
Yeah.
today, like They did a lot of
Yeah,
catching
there's
up
no
in
way it
200
becomes,
years.
Like, completely civilized, like
Yeah, they did
massive
that.
cities from that.
Yeah, like the way how many people there are, the civilization is so much further than you would get in 200 years in our world. That it also makes me kind of confused on how far could this take place. Because at first, right, because I just watched that trailer again, but before I watched it, I thought this is gonna take place like 100 years ago or 75. And they're gonna set it in our equivalent of the 1900s. So 18...
No. They should set it
40.
during the French Revolution.
That would be
I
interesting.
mean...
Maybe that's what the Kalos War was. Oh, that was like 3,000 years ago, though.
I mean, with all due respect, but that's very close to 1800,
That was-
the French
Yeah,
Revolution.
no, that was against
So
someone
that's
else.
slightly after
Yeah.
what I... Or, sorry, slightly before what I suggested. But no, I think they will go more towards industrial era.
Yeah,
That's what
unless
I'm
it's
guessing.
actually in the future. Because what I was thinking is like, it's like you have Legends Arceus, which is the past.
And then you go to
And you
future.
have SV. You have SV, which is like the present, but it has both the past and the future reference. And then you have the the Talos one, and there's the future. I don't know.
Kinda like
then
that idea.
The way they word it doesn't even really make sense with that.
Yeah, but
so.
the way they word it doesn't make sense in any way without more context, which we don't
Yeah.
have. But if you watch the trailer, they go from that quite old city planning sketchbook, looking quite old.
Yeah.
But then you go into that like a rendered, very futuristic-esque, or probably more modern day, but a futuristic aesthetic of the 3D render and models. So I have no clue when this is gonna take place. Do you guys think it will be in the future or in the
It's
past?
placed, like just in the very near future, like only like 5 or 10 years in the future,
So
That'd be interesting, yeah.
what do you guys think?
like right
Future,
after X and Y.
future, near
I'm leaning
future.
toward the future. Sometime in the future.
I'm thinking
Hold on, guys. I'll be
future.
right back. I gotta take a phone call.
Yeah, sure. In the meantime, I'll continue, or shall we pause? What do you think, Parker?
We should pause, I think.
Okay, then we'll just
Just
pause.
for a minute.
Oh, go ahead.
Alright, yeah, the podcast has started again. Eragon has taken his phone call. I don't know where we were. I was
It was
about
just a telemarketer, bruh.
to... Damn.
He dated me.
Do you immediately hang up when you get those people?
Well, the way it kind of works is like I'm just at home, so I heard the phone ring. But like we still have, my parents still have a landline. And so I
Same.
heard the phone ring, and
I-
my dad's like outside doing something useless.
I
And
live on my own, right? And
I-
I'm in
I
my
was-
20s. I am 20, actually.
Yeah,
And I also have a landline. I don't know, it feels like the right move to make. A landline is
I
just...
think it's smart. But anyway,
Yeah.
the way like my parents have it set up is like, if you don't pick up the phone, usually like the telemarketers, they don't actually like talk after the voice message.
You have that you can talk and then you can hear it. Oh, I don't have that.
Yeah.
But he started talking?
No,
Oh.
when there's no like sound, then it's like, okay, well, they were just a telemarketer, and now they've given up because we didn't answer the phone.
Well, now what I always do when those people call me, I say, it's inconvenient, I'll call back in my own time. Like, it
And then
works.
you never call them back.
No, of course not. But
Yeah.
if they're scammers, they always have a really funny reaction because it doesn't work out for them. And then, I don't know. For scammers, I stay on the phone purely because I think it's funny to mess with them. Either way.
I do that all the time.
Dude,
It's fun.
we
Yeah.
need to get off this topic and get back to the real
Yeah.
topic.
I guess.
This
Okay.
is why
Talking
our...
about X and Y.
Yeah.
We were talking about past or the
Oh,
future.
yeah. What I was about to say,
What do you
what
think it
if you go from the future to the past or from the past to the future, like time travel? That's, you know?
Oh, like
Am I
in the
onto
game.
something here?
No,
Hmm.
but it would be fun.
Would be fun.
You know, dare to
Probably not
dream.
happening.
Dare to dream. And I'm dreaming, and I'm saying we're gonna time travel.
Yeah, you keep dreaming over there. I think we are gonna be just a little bit in the future.
Eragon, you were with that too, right?
Right.
Just a little bit into the future.
Yeah, I guess kind of like that. Yeah.
Do you guys
But I
think...
also think it could be interesting if it's like immediately after like the war or something. That doesn't make sense. But like,
I will
it's
say
like
though,
immediately after the war, then they're like rebuilding it or some shit. I don't know.
could be.
Yeah, maybe they had like an advanced civilization like back then, 3,000 years
Well,
ago.
I think
And
they
they're going
had,
for that.
right? Because Magirna suggests that, if I'm not wrong, in the Magirna movie, and
Oh,
like
yeah, I
the
remember we saw the movie,
Pokédex, where they have this very advanced, kind of like what the Greece and Roman civilization is to ours, right? Where they're really far ahead of their time, to then be plunged back
Yeah.
into the Middle Ages. But what I do want to say though is, if it takes place in the past, we won't see Cernius or Yveltal. Because they were in a 1,000-year slumber, and the main character from X and Y woke them up with Team Flare. So we won't see them, unless we see them slumbering.
Bro, the
Or
Talos
tomorrow,
Legendaries
yeah.
lore is so bad. They don't explain anything about them at all the entire game, and they're just in Team Flare's
The concept
basement.
is cool.
Like,
They just have life and death power. That's what they tell
The
us.
concept is kind of cool. I think they're kind of cool looking. Competitive-wise, Cernius is the worst Pokemon ever, besides Incineroar. But the
Yveltal is actually the goat, though.
I love-
Yveltal is like
dude,
one of
Yveltal
the
was
best competitive ones ever.
required in double Ubers, or just Ubers in general, back in Gen 8. Because there were no counters for Calyrex Shadow besides your own faster Calyrex Shadow. So that was like the
No,
big
they've been,
requirement.
People have been kind of messing around with Nat Dex Dubers, basically. It's not like a real format yet, but sometimes they'll have like room tours for it.
It sounds pretty fun.
I've like played like one or two of those, but the people that have played more than me are saying that like Yveltal is the best mod in the format,
Yveltal is really good.
which is interesting. Yeah.
But, what was I about to say? Yeah, I completely
Sorry for the
forgot.
tangent there.
We're talking about like the XY legendary lore.
Yeah, I don't know. I
No,
was
they're
about to say something.
So bad, bruh.
Do you guys think we'll see... Oh, yeah. But, you know how with Legends Arceus we got different forms? Very ugly forms, but different
Oh, yeah.
forms. For Palkia
shit.
Dialga. Do you guys think we'll get the... Like, I doubt we'll get a different form for Zygarde, because that motherfucker already has like 4 forms going on.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't
Well, yeah,
need
it is
anymore,
kinda like-
I think. Maybe like Mega Xerneas and Yveltal, or like
No!
Mega's really.
No,
Wait,
Let's
actually,
not
Mega's
go
really
there!
More interesting. It would be less broken because you can't.
Yeah,
use
Power
Herb
Herb!
Shield,
Yes!
actually. Wait,
Yeah,
pause.
true.
Pause. That's actually
Because like
cooking.
they were like the origin of like Mega Stones and Mega Evolution in the first place, right?
Oh, yeah,
No.
that's
No.
Energy.
It's
They created
the
them.
big weapon that is the origin of that.
Well, but they powered the weapon
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
made it with
according to the lore.
Well, no, isn't that done with infinite
No.
infinite energy,
It's,
which is harvested out of just Pokemon in general?
It's Xerneas and Yveltal complete form, where they just get like 250 HP, just like Zygarde.
Well, Parker and I were talking about. I think I already mentioned this, but I saw this vile video recommendation to me where the title was something like "Why Mega Incineroar would be good for the meta," and we were talking what should Mega Incineroar get, and we came to the conclusion it needs to get Intimidate and Prankster at the same time. You know how Calyrex Shadow and Calyrex Ice Rider have the same, or have 2 abilities at the same time. Incineroar needs that. Then it needs to like double HP, defense, SPDF, and then just like how Zacian gets a +1 attack boost when he enters the field, Incineroar needs to get a +1 defense and a +1 SPDF off rip. And I think then we got it. Wouldn't that be a great mega? Wait, can you believe it? We haven't even touched on the megas yet, which is the biggest thing coming back for most people.
Yeah, Megas
But
and like the.
I think like the
the
idea of like forms for Xerneas Yveltal, I think that's actually possible. I don't know if it's like
I
as
don't
likely
think so.
as it was for Palkia Dialga, because like
They
with that
exist
one,
way
the case
longer
was that
also.
the Giratina already had one and the other two didn't.
And Arceus has
But I
like
think it'd be
every
interesting.
fucking form.
Well, Zygarde already has it complete.
Yeah. Do you
If you're
guys?
going
off that logic.
Yeah, but
Right.
I just don't see them doing it.
But can you imagine them?
Regain
Can you imagine them
100%
pulling up with like
balls.
50% Xerneas, bro? Like I can't imagine that.
Is regular Cernius
This
not
is
50%?
50% Xerneas. The tree is 10%.
Oh, 10%
and then
serious.
100% is like something else crazy. That's like the resting state. It's the 10%.
Yeah, I
That would
don't
actually
think we
be
need.
cool. I wouldn't mind
Okay.
that, but
So, what is actually the thing you guys are most excited to see back? Besides Megas. Megas is cheating.
hmm.
Hmm.
Fro hairstyles so you can use the
Bro.
GPS again. No. Hmm.
GTS annoying people on their way to find something else that's equally impossible and totally
Yeah,
ruins the
that's cool.
GTS as well.
Ooh, okay, one thing I'm actually looking forward to is some Mewtwo lore. Because I think he's actually quite connected to Kalos.
I don't know.
That's true, yeah.
Is he connected or was he just thrown in for the same reasons as the legendary birds?
No, because the Mewtwo that you found
Oh,
in
Megastone.
Kalos
Megastone.
was like a second Mewtwo.
No,
not the
that's
same
not
Mewtwo.
true. Is it?
Yeah,
It
it is
is.
actually. It
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
Because they
Yeah, that
have
was
like
made for the war. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
No,
there's
this is
there's
bullshit.
something like that.
Where are you
All
guys
the
getting
Mewtwo's
this
that are,
from?
like,
I
no,
don't
like,
believe.
all the ones that you find in like the Kanto and Johto games, it's like the same one because you find it in the same place, right?
Mhm.
But for Kalos, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No,
Kalos
but-
is the only time
okay,
you like
okay.
find it where it's like not in one of those
No,
places.
but here's what I think about legendaries, right? I think it's probably at this point canon that there are several universes in Pokemon, right? Every game is its own universe, and within
Pretty
every
much, yeah.
and within every universe, only one legendary or mythical exists, like of that species, unless specified otherwise.
Uh-huh.
I think that's just the same Mewtwo.
It might be.
That could be
And
very
it's also
possible.
made by Team Rocket.
But
Like, it's
do
not like
something
a
else.
Morgul born.
But that's a boring way to look at it,
Kalos
bro. Come on
and
now.
I'm looking this up.
Gen 6 and Gen 1 are more connected than that.
I
Because you know
think,
the first
the
Mega
Mega
batch
Stone.
in Gen 6?
yeah.
It was only Gen 1 Pokemon, wasn't it? No, maybe I'm
No, it
just
was
going crazy.
but majority of them are Gen
Mm.
1.
Yeah, majority are.
Let me.
But that's like,
It goes
it's
like
either
it goes
like,
like
fan,
the farther
like,
up. Like okay, so Gen 1 has like the most.
or
Then like Gen 2 has a couple. Gen 3 has like a
Some.
shit ton because
Yeah.
of
yeah,
Oras.
Oras, yeah.
And then Gen 4 has like 3. And
I think
Gen,
Gen 4
5
is
has
like.
1.
What? Does
And
Gen
then
5
Gen
have
6 has
one?
1.
Which one comes from
Yeah,
Gen
Mega
5?
Autodone.
Oh, of course,
Right,
dude.
yeah.
That Pokemon's
Yeah,
fake
so
as
bad.
fuck.
Only has Dianthy.
And then
Yeah.
So I think we really got to see more.
That's so
I
weird,
mean, this is
right?
obviously the answer that I'm not supposed to give, so I'll give a better one. But I think we better see Megas from Gen 6, and
I was
4 and
about to
5.
say, that's so weird.
Please don't give
right?
us more from Gen 1. Those ones, like,
Yeah.
We get the
I don't
full
wanna see it anymore.
151.
but like, 4, 5, and 6 didn't actually get Megas. Not
Mm.
really.
I was
Yeah.
about to say.
After Gen 6, I don't really care. Maybe you could give like a couple to like Gen 7 or 8. But I don't
How
think it
about
really
Mega
makes sense.
You need like
Incineroar?
Mega Ultra Beasts.
I think we need Mega Archelodon and
You know what I wanna see?
Mega Fluttermane.
Okay, what I actually want to see, right? This is like what I'm hoping for. It's you know how like all the regions have like sub legendaries.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have like your Tapu.
Heatran,
Yeah, like shit like that.
the
Well,
Lake Trio,
Yeah.
Source of
the-
Justice.
the ruin quartet or whatever, and then like the
They
shit
don't.
like that, right?
They don't need megas. Don't give Chinpao and
no,
Chiyu
no,
a
no, no,
mega.
no, no, not megas, but Kalos is the only region that didn't have any of those
Yeah.
at all.
True,
So I'm hoping we get
true.
like something to patch that up, right?
As long as they
um,
don't look as horrible as like Raging Bolt and Gouging Fire. I don't want to see those Pokemon ever again. They're so fucking ugly. What did they do to my boy Ante-Araika?
But I'm hoping they patch that, or do something like you know how they added the Namorous and
Sword of Shield.
Legends Arceus.
Hey, hold up,
No.
hold up. Sword of Shield also didn't have a set of sub-legendaries.
Yes, well it did with the DLC. It's like
Yeah.
at least you got Aleki,
Okay,
Regidrago,
okay,
Urshifu.
okay, 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 okay.
Like,
Oh yeah,
you can
Urshifu,
also
yeah.
you can even count
Fair
the
enough.
Galarian birds.
No,
for
I
that
don't.
as
I
well.
don't count the Galarian birds. Fair enough on the
Okay,
rest, but the
fine,
Galarian
yeah.
birds are too. They're pushing it.
Fair enough. I mean,
something
Yeah,
else.
you got
real quick.
Aleki,
Wait.
Drago, you got Urshifu.
Can you guys hear my dog?
There's enough there.
Can you guys hear my dog in
No.
the background? Is that a no,
No.
or a yes?
No.
Okay,
No,
okay.
can't hear
Alright. Oh,
Can't.
you guys didn't hear that?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, then I can just leave it running.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping like they give like at least like one new Mon, you know? Like come
Yeah.
on.
But
I
now
heard
I'm...
some people
better.
on like some people were like speculating, oh, there's gonna be another Tapu because the Tapus aren't an SV. I think that's bullshit.
What?
That's not gonna happen.
bullshit
But, like-
to the max.
But like something like that, just like
Tapu Kalos.
Tapu Kalos, bro.
I want
No,
with the
'cause you
terrain
know how you
beast.
had, like,
All
how you had,
terrains
like,
at
the strange
once.
Souvenir. You know
Yeah.
how you had this strange souvenir that was a Tapu
Mhm.
in XY.
No,
That was literally just an Easter egg. So,
yeah, no,
but I saw
that's no
people talking
top.
about that.
Besides, it can't be a Tapu.
So
There's no
the idea-
terrain left.
The specific idea is BS, but like, I would like to see some kind of sub-legendary
Yeah,
involved there.
no box art.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Parker, are you in? Like, I think both of you know what I'm like. Unironically, besides Mega's the most hyped for.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
no.
talk about it after Parker.
The berries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold up.
No.
Don't reveal it just yet. Don't reveal it just yet. But what are you excited for,
Yeah.
Parker?
What am I excited for? Gotta just be the lore. Like all the story continuation, learning more about the war and the like Ultimate Machine and AZ especially.
Yeah,
I'm looking
true.
forward to that.
AZ. I forgot about
More
that guy.
Yeah,
characters.
I hope we
We
get more
haven't
of that.
seen
Yeah.
his Floette, all that.
His Floette, yeah, that was actually even coded into the game. We just never got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the big reveal.
Which was really weird.
What I'm the
Yeah.
most interested for. And ironically, this is not a joke. When you defeat the first gym leader, you can go to the left of that town, and that's the same route with the. What did they call the palace in game?
Oh no, you're that's actually it's not the same town, but it's later.
No,
on.
same
But
route,
it
same
is
route.
in the first part of it's the
Either
Parfum
way.
Palace or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, well,
it is.
it's
It's the one.
It's where the
first
Snorlax
side
is-
quest.
yeah, and where
Route
Snorlax
6.
is blocking the route. That route
Yeah,
I'm
it's
talking
Route
about.
6. Route
In
6.
on that route, you can go down below somewhere, and there you enter the berry fields. And I might try to edit in what I mean. So in case you're listening and you want to see what I'm talking about, just check your video, check your Spotify little player thingy that it has going on there. But I'm really excited for the berry fields. I doubt they will make a return, especially now we've kinda already got almost confirmed that we won't leave the city. At least that's how it's looking.
Mhm.
I'm really hoping for the berry fields back. Bro, the berries, they were complicated. They were really complicated. And I think Grandma's Cooking made a little picture just showing how long it takes to do make a specific berry. Because you could start crossbreeding is not the right word, but I can't find the word. You guys know what I mean. You can start like
There was like mutations and
yeah,
stuff.
mutation.
There was
You-
all like there was
It
all
was really
this, like,
complex.
extra content there.
Yeah, and you could
For no
make
reason, by the
soil.
way.
Yeah, you could make soil, and all the soil did different things. And you could
Bro,
make
they put
like
They put
it
more
was
effort
basically
into
like,
over-engineering that
dude.
than making an actual post game for XY.
Honestly, that was the post game. You don't understand, Eragon. You missed that on the post game there. It was the post game, but you could get it really in depth on the bears. And they could also die if you just didn't water them enough. And I really
They
loved
could be
that
attacked
mechanic.
by Ladybug, I think. It was
Yeah,
like-
you actually needed to put in quite a bit of effort, and I really liked it. And I think it kind of comes from that I just want Stardew Valley for Pokemon. I want a game that mixes Stardew Valley and Pokemon. That's what I want.
They should make like a spin-off, like a Pokemon Shuffle, but like
I love
berry
Pokemon
field
Shuffle.
farming.
Dude,
know?
I'd buy that in a
I love all
heartbeat.
those games. Yeah, I love
Pokemon-
Pokemon Shuffle so much.
Dude, that game is fire. Same with
They should
Pokemon
make
Picross.
Pokemon Shuffle too.
Did you guys play Pokemon Picross?
No, this. Yes,
Yo,
Those
that
are
went
the best
so
ones.
hard. That shit was so fire.
it did.
That shit was great. But
What about you, Eragon? You ever play any of those? The spin-offs on the DS?
or
I
the
think-
mobile even.
Hycross was the only one I played,
Bicross went
Yeah.
hard.
and I didn't get very far, but that was a
Dude.
funny one.
Did you guys play Pokemon Art Academy?
Nope.
No,
Okay, no. Well,
and I think Hycross was literally the only one I ever touched.
I've played so many Pokemon games and spin-offs. I've played all the main series, every single game. And I've played like a
Wild.
really big bunch of the spin-offs.
Like one out of each pair of main series games, or like
Okay, one out of
All
each
of them.
pair, but if they got the third version, I also played the third version. So for example, I've played Diamond, but also Platinum, and then I've played Sapphire, but also Emerald. Right, and I've played Gold, but also Crystal.
Fair enough.
But with that said, I've played for most generations actually every game. I've played all from Gen 5, all from Gen 4, all from Gen 2. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fucking nerd. Who wasted a lot of fucking time. But,
Yeah, I think
Yep.
this game is going to be an interesting test of like whether or not I really have any interest in the actual games anymore. Because really, for like the last like 2 generations, my enjoyment from
It's-
Pokemon has pretty much been entirely from competitive.
okay, here's the thing I want to say.
Same.
Yeah, but
I played through SV. I got the shiny charm because I was like, okay, maybe I'll try shiny hunting again. And then the shiny hunting was boring as hell, and like, I just played through to get like access to competitive, and then I just kind of stopped even playing on cartridge for that because
it was ass.
Showdown better.
Yeah, Showdown's like, there's no reason to play on cartridge, really.
Bro,
I
I
used
used
to-
grind for 10 hours just to get one Pokemon for my competitive
Dude,
team.
yeah, but here's the thing, right? Back in Gen 8, I got Master Ball rank every month because you got really good rewards actually in game for it.
Yeah, I did that as well. That was actually
Uh,
part of what got me to like try out more competitive stuff.
Well,
Because it was easy. It was really easy to build teams as well in Gen 8.
true,
In
but
Gen 9,
also,
it got a lot worse.
yeah, but also you got that little ribbon called Master Ribbon or some bullshit like that.
Oh yeah, that one.
And I thought it would be funny to just load up all my funny shiny Pokemon with Master Ribbon. So like my shiny Psyduck has a Master Ribbon because I just brought it one game into a Master Ball game. Won without bringing it, but it was on the team. And then you get the ribbon for it, which is just funny. But you just don't get jack shit in SV. Like when it just came out, I scrambled a competitive team together real quick, and I went to Master Ball rank in like a couple of hours because it isn't really that difficult, and you just didn't get anything at the end of the month. It's so disappointing. There's no reason to grind that shit out.
they're just
Yeah.
making their own games worse and worse, just taking away features and like for what reason?
Dude, I
Why
don't
can't we
know.
have the?
It is so
reward?
bad though that fan-made games on their old engines, like engines that are like 15 years old, are like miles better than the modern games. Like, how, like, I honestly think Pokemon going into 3D. And then I don't mean 3D as in Gen 6, because that was kind of chibi style, right? And it kept the old structure with the routes and how the world was set up. But I think, like how SV, for example, is set up, it just doesn't work. They need to go. I think they need to make a conscious decision and go back to pixel or chibi style. I don't know if you guys feel me on that.
I would not like the chibi style back.
I kind of liked it.
That was ass.
You didn't like chibi style from XOI?
I like the X and Y maybe, but not like the BDSP
I.
kind that they did.
You know what? I want to defend BDSP, but that maybe today's not the day for that. But in short,
No, it's a
why I
different
want to
topic,
defend
yeah.
it, it's because I don't see it as a real mainline game. It's more a catch-up for people who haven't played or haven't played in a long time the Gen 4 games, and that they have like the context for the Legends Arceus game. So it's more of a context giver than a real game to me, if you know what I mean.
Pretty possible.
Oh,
It's also
how
just This is a really good cash grab for him.
True. Oh,
True.
absolutely. But like everything Pokemon does is a good cash grab for them, so that's not surprising anymore.
Yeah.
But how good would it be if they just, you know how they ported with Mario Superstar, I think it was, where they ported the 3 most popular Mario games over, the 3D game. How about they just do that for X or Y, just a port over? How great would that be?
That would
Yeah.
be nice. I don't know.
I mean, it'd be cool, I guess.
I'd like to see what better
Have it on the
graphics
other
and
console,
everything,
but like, I don't know.
No, they did that for the Gen 2 games, remember? You could buy them for like 20 euros on the eShop.
Yeah.
I want that with all the
Yeah,
mainline
yeah.
games, because I have them all on cartridge. I'll be honest. I'm too scared to load them in. Because, well, cartridges, I don't know, that old, I don't know. And they're worth a lot of money and I don't want to break them, because then I need to buy them back and oh my lord. Like, I found out for how much Black and White 2 are going. Dude, that's insane!
Yeah.
Paying so much
Yeah.
for them.
They're not
A
that
lot.
old. Like,
No. But still.
like 12 years old this year.
Yeah, and they sold massively. So, like, there must be so many of them. But yeah, they're
Yeah,
really
yeah.
expensive. But I would really love to see a port over. But I doubt they'll do that. Even though I think, from a business perspective, it would be a great move. So in that sense, it's quite un-Pokemon-like to not take that opportunity to make even more money.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's actually the most important part for a new game for you guys? Story, characters, map layout? What's like the
Mons.
Pokemon?
That's
The
it.
Pokemon, yeah.
How broken the Mons are, how funny they are to use. That's it.
Yeah, but
I just like all the new interesting Pokemon, all the cool ones. That's what I want. Or like, not even like the new ones, but just seeing what all is returning.
yeah.
I
Oh,
like
it's so sad. That's what we're getting excited for. What Pokemon decides to give us back what we already had. But I was about to
Well, I
say
think
something.
like the way they make you find certain Pokemon can also be fun as well.
No, I think that's not good enough. I made a whole video about that before SV came out, saying what I really would like to see is just making the Pokemon catching more fleshed out. Not as in the mechanics of them, I think the mechanics work fine, but just make certain Pokemon way harder to find. Like that Ursula and Blood Moon stuff. I want to see more of that. You know what I mean? But then even more obscure.
You have to find a balance, yeah.
But just a couple of
Yeah,
mons
shit.
that really bring back that gotta catch them all feeling, where you're exploring, then all of a sudden you find something strange, and then you can explore that. I want to see more of that, but
Yeah, but like the ways they've tried to do that,
so
I'd argue in the modern
They
games,
suck
it's
ass.
just been a hassle. It's been a hassle, and
The
like
sta-
I'm not really
are we-
confident.
are
I'm
we
not
th-
confident they can
Yeah.
make a fun way to do it.
No, I
That's
think
not-
they can. I think
that's
they.
both
Sorry,
hard
no.
and like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but I think Blood Moon, Ursula and Blood Moon, I think that was a good example.
Well, that's worse. That's the
No,
worst I've ever seen.
I kinda
don't
like
wanna
that one.
Complete a Pokédex.
No,
get
I
a
don't mean
Pokemon.
completing the Pokédex, but just going on that little mini side quest. I mean,
Okay, yeah,
that was fun. But the stakes, for example, are not fun. Like, yes, you gotta
No.
explore, but at the same time, it's so boring
That's
to
what
do
I
that in
mean.
an empty region where nothing is going on, and when you find something, the stake is just not that exciting to look at. It doesn't get the heart going, if you know what I mean.
Did you see like there was like as soon as ZA got announced, there was some picture going around on Twitter. It had me laughing so hard. It was like, oh, the caption was "Oh no," and it was a picture of the, like the Spiritomb spirits.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, I
And then it
certainly
was a
do.
picture of that, and it was next to the Zygarde cells from SM.
No!
Could you imagine?
Dude, I hated the Zygarde cells. That was so fucking much
And just
effort.
make you do what they did for Spiritomb.
That
except
was so. No, but
It's with
Spiritomb was
Zygarde
better
cells, and there's 100 of them.
because you could cheese the or you could cheese the Spiritomb thing, right? If you had two
Yeah,
DSs and two cartridges. But the Zygarde? No, that was horrible. I hated that. I really disliked the Zygarde stuff.
No, I mean in Legends Arceus, they had like the spirits everywhere. You had to
Oh,
go
like
buy them.
that. Oh, like that.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
bad. So imagine they did that with. I'm just really hoping they don't do that with the Zygarde cells, because
They also did that with the unknown, didn't they?
yes,
I thought that was decent enough because there weren't that many unknown and they weren't that hard to find. Like, I didn't very much enjoy it, but it also wasn't Zygarde Cell level of anger issue it gave me.
yeah.
But yeah. But I think the most
So I'm not
important.
really a
like
fan of,
look up.
Sorry.
Did you like look up where they were, or did you go find them all on your own?
Zygarde cells?
Yeah.
I tried to do it on my own. Then I switched over to the PC, or checking it on my PC. And then I got too bored and just never fucking finished it. And I'm stuck on like 70 cells for like many years because I just can't be bothered.
When I was in the original SM, right?
Yup.
With the Zygarde cells, I wasn't methodical enough about it at all. So I couldn't figure out which ones I was ever missing. And so there's still like one Zygarde cell in the entire game that I still haven't found.
Yeah, and then you gotta watch the whole video, go to every location, and then, finally find it.
Yeah, because it gives you like no hints to where they are. You just have to wander
Yeah.
around and get them.
I think Volcarona was a good example of what's a fun way to make a Pokemon special. 'Cause
Yeah,
back
I'd agree
in the
with that,
original games, I mean, like Black and White, you needed to traverse like a completely optional like sand dungeon, I guess to call it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
and that was really fun. I liked that. That was completely optional, no hints that it was there, and if you just explored, you got rewarded, and it was a cool place to explore. And I thought for the longest time that it was a legendary. You know how many people had that with Rotom? That they thought Rotom was a legendary?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
That's what I had with Volcarona in the original games.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
see
I can
that
see that.
happening.
Yeah.
Because it also had an
Just
overworld
Page
sprite, which,
standing there.
for
Mhm.
people who haven't experienced an overworld sprite in a sprite game from Pokemon, that means it's a legendary almost by default. Like, it's a
Yeah.
special Pokemon.
Yeah.
But now, what I really would like to see is just, first of all, make buildings enterable again. Imagine if they make Legends or Legends Z to A, and you can't even enter the buildings like an SV. And you're just walking in the city with buildings you can't
No.
enter. And no, I think the
Really
most.
bad. I'm really curious how they're gonna get us enough content out of just the one city. Because obviously you can do that, right? But I'm just curious because they've never done that before. I'm curious how they're gonna do that.
Well, I hope they just spend a little bit more money this time on their game.
Yeah, I imagine the
Yeah.
city will be like a lot bigger than
Yeah.
it was in X
I
and
mean, it
Y.
has the
Like, we'll have
potential because even in XY, it's the
a
largest
much bigger spot.
city in
Mhm.
Pokemon ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering now, like, the Switch. Like, it's also that Pokemon games are just horribly unoptimized, right? But how big is the city gonna be before the Switch says no, I can't take this anymore? And then my question is, are we getting Switch 2, or like the Switch replacement before Pokemon? And this is one of their main titles they're gonna release for their new console. Which I really hope they
Might be.
don't, because then I gotta spend more money, which I don't want to do. But, as I said earlier in the podcast, Pokemon has me by the balls. So, if they do it, I will still spend the money. And hate myself. But, do you guys think Switch 2 is coming? And is this gonna be a mainline game for that?
I do think it's coming, but I'm not sure on like the timeline. You know?
Yeah. I don't know what they would do
Yeah.
though to follow the Switch up. Just make Switch, like just with Wii and Wii U, make a more powerful version of what they already had.
I think that's like all they could do, really.
Yeah, because the
The
concept,
Switch concept
is
itself
cool,
is really, really good.
but also at its
just
limit.
outdated.
Well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's like the concept is cool, but you can't improve on the concept. It's at its limit.
Mhm.
Well, I think it's mostly like the technology like the Switches are using is now we're now at the
Outdated.
point where it's like half a decade or more, almost a decade old at this point, like 8 years since the original Switch.
The Switch still feels like a really new console to me, but now you've said that, I remember in like my second year of high school, the Switch was like the big thing. Dude, that shit is old. This shit is old as fuck.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been like what, 7, 6 years?
I have a first gen Switch, right, and I'm just noticing that it's not really liking all the newer games that much.
Yeah, and I think that's part of an issue as to why SV runs so poorly. In addition to the game itself being poorly built.
Yeah.
But I think it's
I
partially
had
a console
the OLED
issue as well.
Switch, and it still ran like pretty bad.
Yeah. But I saw one, like it was like an Austin John video. I used to watch that guy a while back, and he like clocked his Switch, and then all of a sudden SV ran like a lot better. It still had its problems, but it was like better. So I think it's partially a technology issue as well. So I'm hoping they take steps to like fix the performance issues of SV, because really like it's unacceptable.
Nintendo taking steps to improve? I don't think you know this company, Eragon. I think you're.
Well, I don't. Yeah, you're right.
On a quick note, because I think
that's the problem with SV or with Pokemon in general. Is like the model is so successful, they have no incentive to actually improve.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think you can really feel just the decline in quality and passion, especially passion, put into these games, this game series, this franchise, after I think it was Masuda who left.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
that's actually a more recent thing.
No, that's
but
like Gen 6 was his last game, right? If I'm not wrong. You're right, Gen 6 was the last game that person made, the person I'm talking about. I'm not sure if it was Masuda, but it was the guy who was in charge for Game Freak, or the Pokemon games at least. I think from there on you can really feel the decline and just the passion that's not there anymore. At least that's how it feels. Like they don't add any extra
I've never bought into the passion argument, because I think like you can see that with Sword and Shield feels a little bit like that, but I don't think that's actually what the issue is. I think it's just been misconstrued.
No,
I think you can't look at Sun and Moon and say that those entries did not have like passion put into them.
No,
there's a lot of effort in those games.
No, yeah, but effort and passion is not the same thing. I put a lot of effort in my work, but I'm not passionate about it. When I'm passionate about it, I'll really go that extra mile, even though it doesn't really net any more result.
I'm saying that I feel like SM did. I feel like they did go that extra mile, because it's significantly different.
I don't know. I think they just really stopped the world building, and I think that's a big thing you can see with passion. Because does world building at this point make more sales? No, not really. But I think it does really improve the game for people who really like it. And I think that's been gone. Like the world building is kind of non-existent after Gen 6. Gen 7 didn't really give us a lot. Gen 8 especially didn't.
I don't know.
And Gen 9 really didn't.
I think I just draw the boundary a little bit differently. I think I'm still very much a fan of the Gen 7 games. But I do agree with Gen 8 is kind of bad in that regard. Particularly bad, sure. Especially when you look at just the base game. Like, base Sword and Shield is just unacceptable. Like, the DLC, like, helped with a little bit more content.
That's so weird, right? Because you already paid for, like, quite a bit of money for a game that should be fully fledged, and then you pay even more to make sure it is. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's bad. No, Gen 8 is really bad in that regard. I agree.
But, well, I kind of same for Gen 9.
I'd say Legends Arceus was a good step, though, because that one actually did feel like they've put effort into that.
I'm so afraid of that, right? Because I think Legends Arceus had a lot of passion, and it was just very well done, and everybody liked it. And now they're gonna fuck it up again, and then goodbye Legends, you know what I mean?
Well, we'll see.
It's just something I'm afraid of.
I would really hope if they put, like, competitive into ZA. It just like stuck with like the Legends idea, but scrapped all the BS like battle system shit.
Yeah, the
from,
bet. Okay. What I really want to see transferred over is how they treated statuses with freeze and paralysis and sleep.
Frostbite.
Yeah,
But I think
frostbite,
not having a
functioning as burn and
really
then
like
sleep as paralysis.
Like Legends Arceus could have lasted so much longer if it just had a competitive, or just had more online.
Yeah,
Shit.
but this was
Obviously, that wasn't the point of the game, but I hope they added more of that in ZA, and that's really my biggest hope. I think
yeah, I'm
is
also
that
hoping for
we're
that.
not stuck playing VGC on Scarlet and Violet for the next 5 years.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be VGC, but just also more casual
PvP,
competitive,
bruh.
if you know what I mean.
Like at least BDSP and like Legend or Let's Go Pikachu and shit.
Had-
at least
had their
those
own
had, like,
little-
PvP.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I want.
Mhm.
At this point, I don't know if you guys agree. I think we've talked enough about Legends ZA to the point there's nothing really more
Yeah, I
to
think
talk
so,
about
yeah.
because we didn't get that much info.
We covered it pretty well.
But there's still something I do want to do a quick topic about, right? If you guys still have time and are
I bet.
okay.
Yeah.
So I think this topic is too small to make a whole podcast or video episode on its own, but still I think it's interesting. Because Eragon, you've won a World Cup. I've also won a World Cup. Parker, you got scammed out of a World Cup with Antwerp. That was
Yeah,
so sad to see.
GG.
But
Mhm.
and here's the thing I want to say: winning a tournament feels kind of bad, or it doesn't feel that good, if I'm honest. I don't know if you guys also feel it like this, but no. There's the thing, right? Like Pokemon tournaments in itself are kind of mickey if we're honest. But it's just, I'd say when you win a Pokemon tournament, it holds as much value as you give it. And I just don't give it that much value when I win it, because then I've worked for it, but there's nothing to work for anymore. I got it, and then it's value. Like it doesn't have any value left for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, I would agree with that. I think
Because I
the
think
World Cup that you won, it was unfortunate that the tour that you won was like not really like your main format or anything. It wasn't something that you like had to really dedicate like
yeah, but
as much time to.
Yeah, but none of the
Whereas like my
tournaments I've played.
experience, my experience with like doubles World Cup, that one that
was probably
on,
better.
we won.
Not only is
It was
that the
much
reason
better
why it's
because
better.
like that was.
No, there's not another
I
reason
think
why
it was
that's
also
better.
better because I was new to the game, and also so just like
That's true. But there's another reason why
the
it's
team
better for
tours
you.
are more. Sometimes they're more fun when you're newer.
Oh, absolutely! It's
You don't
always
know.
more fun if you're
Yeah.
new. But OMs, because that was what I won my World Cup for, said, you know what? You know which needs to get a custom? Not World Cup. We'll give our customs to everything else but World Cup. And I was looking like, damn.
Oh yeah, the custom is as well.
I got
Like,
a
if your tournament doesn't have a custom, like it's not gonna. Like, what are you gonna get for winning, bro?
Yeah, I was like, bro, how can you? But same, this World Cup, the most recent doubles World Cup also didn't have a custom, right?
Yes, it did. Latam just hasn't gotten it yet. I don't think.
Are you sure? I think it went to OSTT is
did,
not
it had.
provided, but
No, OSTT
DPL, yeah, that's for like smoke provides
DPL
it.
and DPL
It was
and doubles
DPL.
World Cup are the two that get it.
Yeah, but that
Or
then I
two
think
that-
it's
or
weird.
two
Yeah,
that
but
get
how they did it with OMs was OMPL, which Park and I got scammed out of. God damn, that was a sad
And then
story.
probably like the circuit,
Yeah.
right?
And then the circuit, yeah.
Yeah.
But
See, it was like
you
that,
don't get a
but then-
circuit here for a custom
well, there's
doubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
so
get-
basically, what happened was there was a whole controversy because everyone was like, "Why did we have a custom for World Cup one year and then take it away?" And people didn't like that. So basically, we successfully like argued that circuit was boring enough that this CA needed to be taken away and given to World Cup, and we were successful. And so now World Cup has the custom.
Yeah, but that didn't happen in OM, so I was stuck with nothing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right, it is really cool
That sucks.
to be able to call yourself World Cup champion or world champion. Next day you wake up, it's the same shit like always, nothing changed. And that's it, right? Because, I don't know, if I get second, I feel more passionate about that tournament than if I go first. And I think I've won like 5 tournaments now. I've probably also finished second, Team Tours, Solo Tours, second. And I like second place better, if I'm honest. Because that's more... I don't
Well,
know.
that's like
I still...
it's like
you're
the
working
final
towards
barrier,
something.
because you have like you
Yeah,
still
but
have like the final
It's
barrier.
barely
of, like,
out of
you really
reach,
care
right?
about it.
Yeah, it's
But
barely
then
out
when
of
you
reach.
like actually get it,
And then
when
it's
you
boring.
actually get it, it's just like
Yeah, but
slightly underwhelming.
Then it's within reach, and then it
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
interesting anymore.
I can see that.
But I will say though, OMPL and UMPL, Parker, we're running it back this year.
Oh yeah.
We have unfinished business there.
Meta that I have no experience with.
No, we'll draft you for 2v2. And
Yeah,
pick.
you're
Alright,
actually
it's time.
sure.
It's time.
Yeah,
It's
pick
time.
and 2v2. Hold up, we got OMPL and UMPL. Let's go. I will say though, I think this is kind of funny, right? Because I played OM World Cup for Pig, and I did really well in there. I think I 6-0'd in the semi-finals, and then I 5-0'd in the finals. And did really well.
Mhm.
And then I won the Pig Open, or the Pig Kickoff, whatever the fuck that was. I still have no idea what that tier really does, and I don't want to play it again.
Let's go.
Dude, this is something that makes me sad. My two main tiers don't have any. Like, Double Ubers doesn't have tournaments, and 2v2 does have tournaments, but I don't fucking care about those anymore. Like, I've won what is to win there.
Fair enough.
I've got the 2v2 tournaments under my belt. Parker, are we also gonna manage for 2v2 PL?
2v2 win.
Yeah, that's true. You only got one
Yeah.
on Team Tour with GG Gastros.
Mm-hmm.
With me and Memories.
Yeah. Yeah, I need a real 2v2 win.
No, and this is something
Maybe I
that
will.
is
Yeah.
quite fun. I mean, there's a seasonal coming soon, and the PL. But
Mm-hmm.
like most replays got removed, right, or like deleted, and if you didn't play on Smoke Tours, they're gone. So my World Cup winning game is gone, and same for most 2v2 tournaments I've played. But because I made videos about them and I recorded them live for the Ghosting Tour, I still have all those things with my commentary. So
Let's
I'm happy
go.
I still got them.
Yeah, that's cool. For me, the
Are your
tournament
replays
thing
still there?
is like,
Or are they
yeah,
also
some of
gone?
them.
Yeah, okay.
Most of some of my favorite ones are gone, but some of my favorite ones are still there, so it's okay. For me, it's about team tours versus individuals. I don't think I've enjoyed playing an individual tournament in the last like year and a half. I only really enjoyed like my first couple ones when like I used sample teams, and like using sample teams, I was new enough that I could justify it in my head. But now, like if I use a sample team, then I feel like trash about myself. So like, or like, I don't want to use standard teams in tournaments ever, to be honest. And that kind of philosophy transfers a lot more to team tours than it does for individuals. And as a result, I don't think I'm ever really I'm not gonna play in any individuals really,
But less.
unless I get convinced. Unless it's a ladder tour, because ladder tour is like I'm playing it more for the laddering part than the actual tournament part. You know?
I do kind of agree with that. Laddering is more fun than the tour itself. Especially if you already
Yeah.
still get screwed at last game, you know what I mean? But, no, but,
Like that's why I didn't sign up for OSDT. Like I'm fine to leave like the indiv players to it, but I think I
Yeah.
have a lot more fun with team tours because like best of one is just more fun for the kind of way I like to play the game, and also just it's easier, it's more motivating when you're not just playing for yourself.
I
Like
agree
if I'm
with
just playing
the
for
last
myself,
part, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna schedule at a good time. I'm gonna schedule for like 5 a.m. and then I'll like not show up, and then I'll get the act lost, and I'll be like, oh well.
I
But
don't
if I'm,
care.
like, playing a team tour,
yeah,
like-
I know what you mean.
I'm gonna quality check my teams. I'm gonna test my teams. I'm gonna like schedule at a reasonable time, and then I'm gonna like try hard for the win.
I think it's already quite common knowledge that my preparation for solo things is non-existent, right? But
And
yeah, that just does not exist. But like for example, I went. It was the finals for ADV DOU, and I said, "Yeah, dude, I don't care when you play. Do you want to play right now?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh man, never mind. I actually want to sleep longer. Is that fine?" He said, "No, I really got to do it now." And then I just fucking pulled up with a sample team, right? I just. I don't know, like, here's the thing, right? Solo tours in a way are really nice, because you don't have to prep, right? And I don't got people breathing down my neck saying, oh, I don't like that set. Like, like team tours are very dependent on which team are you getting.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you get a good team, team tours are really fun. But if you get a bad team, goddamn, it's horrible.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that one
That's
time,
definitely-
and that was the one time I didn't have a record I was at least somewhat satisfied with, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
It definitely impacts your like.
That's kind of like that's one of the
Desire to play
advantages
well.
of managing, because you can control like the team you end up with, and you can like kind of ensure that the people are gonna have a good time. But at the same time, it's like so much work, and I've kind of gotten tired of that, so I don't even know what to do.
I mean, say whatever you
So
want.
I might just
But say whatever you
Go ahead,
want.
sorry.
But every time I've managed, besides for that horrible 2v2 PL, which we got fucked by. I don't even know that guy's name
IBM.
anymore.
Yeah.
IBM, who just fucked us over. We've always gotten second. We've done well.
Yeah.
The records show.
we were
Yeah, we
actually so
somehow-
close to winning Derby.
Dude, we were even
is
more close to
hilarious.
winning UMPL. That shit was so sad. Tiebreaker in finals. Damn. That got me. That got me in my feelings. That was so
This is the same
sad.
guy that said that he didn't care when he won tournaments.
No, but then it's different because I didn't play, but my players played,
Yeah.
and they deserved it. They worked so hard for it, and I've never just wanted to see people succeed more than the players I had on my UMPL team. You know, I just wanted
Fair
them to
enough.
win because they deserved it, and they didn't.
That's fair.
And I was kind of sad about it because I thought they really deserved a big win. So I'm hoping that next year we can, or not next year, this year already, we can, run it back. Although, I don't know if that's gonna work out, of course, but
No, it will.
yeah, it
Do
will.
by any means necessary. Just to
You
get
know,
it done.
Bribing the tournament organizer, DDoSing the opponents, going to their house and threatening their family, we'll get it done. Don't you worry.
Don't expose our methods.
Yeah, before they report us to the police. Imagine showing up to court and saying, yeah, sorry, Your Honor, but I did this to win UMPL. It's a big tournament, you wouldn't get it. My name is Hugo on Smogon, check it out.
I got my custom
Yeah.
out for it. Yeah.
Oh,
It was worth it.
I do it again. No
What are you for, Jill? I'm murdered. And then, what did you do, Hitman? No, I wanted that custom, bro. It's fire. Check it out.
Oh.
Got even a banner card next to my name on Smogon. But,
Tournament winner.
dude, OMPL, right? So, real quick, there's like this. You know how there are like team franchises almost?
Yeah.
One of those
Like
franchises.
Derby is gonna have those.
Well, we better become a mainstay because we want to manage again for Derby, right? Coney Kingras,
Yeah.
the run back.
As long as you do all the work. Not
Yeah,
just-
no, I'm down
I'll,
for
I'll
that.
prep the SV stuff. Oh
Yeah,
shoot,
yeah.
there's a room tour. Shit.
But I think we're moving towards the finish now of the podcast. But in short, one of those franchises in OMPL is the Wiggly family. That's the team Parker and I were
I
on.
remember that. You were gassing up the custom for that for a whole ass 3 months.
No, but I was so
Yeah.
dude. I don't want to talk about the OMPL. That is dramatic. Oh my god, dude. Because just for reference, Parker and I went crazy in that tour. I think like
I think we
combined
were
our
like
record
8-1 combined. or
8-1.
something like
Yeah,
that,
we did well, and that one loss came off like some really bullshit stuff, but
Yeah.
we did really well. And we were so pumped up, right? Finals, and then let's go! And then we wake up, everybody on the team has lost but Parker, and it's
Yeah.
7, or it's 1-7. And we're looking like, God damn.
Bro.
And I remember one night, we were just complaining about how much do you guys think, or how much do you think these guys prep on our team? And I said, you know what, I fucking ask them. And the response we got was not a good one. Oh man.
Almost 0.
But either way, the Wiggly families are stopping, so we are hoping to take their spot with the Doom Desire Jirachis.
Yes.
Dude, the Doom Desire
They're
Jirachis,
not
that
taking over the-
that's gonna be the new Smogon brand. I'm telling you.
New top dogs
Manager
in all
rosters.
formats.
No, but yeah, we are trying to range out doubles, OMPO, UMPO. You can find us everywhere. Just watch Phil's singles.
Weird. Yeah, head out. Start hitting up OU.
Dude,
and Matt
Hugo's
deck.
get advantage at every tournament until he literally controls every tournament.
that's our plan. No,
And
here's the
still
thing,
will not
right?
have a custom.
Yeah.
Second place
No,
every
but
time.
we are cursed because every time there's a custom on the line, we get second. Every time there isn't a custom on the line, we get first. It's just always like that.
Somehow.
We're
We'll get there
cursed.
one day.
One day. Now, I think I already said this before, but you know how rappers have those needlessly ugly and big flashy golden chains with like diamond encrusted their name and that bullshit?
Yeah.
And is it necessary? No, but it's showing they made it, and that's gonna be because if I get a custom or Parker gets a custom, but the other one doesn't, it doesn't count. We need to get it together. That's how it works. But we need our version of the golden chain.
Yep. Our record label.
Either way, I think UMPL we will manage for sure again. I've no doubt on that. OMPL,
Yeah.
maybe, but I won that
What
World
do we know
Cup.
in there? Like,
Dude, I mean, I won the World Cup. Balance Hexmons. Balance Hexmons.
yeah, you are the best pick player currently.
Yeah,
No,
they can't say
balance
shit.
backwards? We got a guy. We got a guy.
Dude, otherwise we just make it up. Yeah, I'm
But,
really like known with what's this? Almost any ability. Yeah, I know that. What does
That was,
AAA stands for again? I know that shit.
When Raynef and I were like newer to like competitive and shit, one of the first formats we played was Balanced Hack Ones, and he
That
had
shit
this
is
one like really
no.
really annoying Balanced Hack Ones team, and he beat me every time.
I
was
hate
so
Balanced
bad.
Hexmons. Dude, Balanced Hexmons is horrible. That's just stall galore.
It's so bad, but like we used to have fun with it. But when we've actually been on Smogon, we've never actually looked at the format. It was just something we did before we actually played.
You know, it's like Imposter, Eviolite, Chansey.
Bro,
So broken. 1 million HP Imposter of anything you have. 6
So
Regenerator
bad.
Mons.
I think realistically, if we manage for OMPL, none of us are self-buying. Neither
No.
of us. I'm not
Not for
self-buying for
that
Pig.
tour.
I
Yeah.
really would like Frixel.
self-buying is really only worth it when like the deal is broken.
I think the deal's never broken, if I'm honest, purely because most effort, most skill is in the builder and in the preparation. Generally speaking, at least I'd say, clickers are
Yeah, but you get
more
that anyway
cheaper.
when you buy.
Yeah,
someone.
but like if you don't self-buy, you also got that, right? So I always think it's better to not self-buy unless it's a very specific scenario, or you just want to play. I mean, then just buy yourself, right? If you want to play, you gotta play. But if you're
Yeah.
looking from purely a strategic perspective, I think you never self-buy.
Well, just look at like the price I went for in Derby last year, right?
I don't even remember
Like-
that, if I'm honest.
It was like, well, it was a flat self-buy price of like 13.5K or some shit. Do you know like if we had actually like tried to buy me like the normal way, it would have been like fucking probably close to 20 or higher. So by doing that, the self-buy, sometimes like it's really stupid and you get to save like 7K.
Mhm.
Yeah. With that said, though, you get the support for free. So I don't know. I think it's always hard to justify unless you want to play.
That's fair. But like,
Mm.
when you spend the cash, you're getting that as well.
Yeah. Well, honestly,
Like,
fellas,
just
Yeah, it's
for
never
caution.
worth for us to self-buy Hugo, because we always go for like between 3 and 6.
that was so shameful, right? Because
It's so-
this has to do with the OMPL story. Like, I went for 5k, you went for 3k. We were the best players of the whole tournament. And that was the same shit with something else, but I forgot what that was about. The power rankings were gaslighting
Yeah.
people because nobody knew 2v2 and they were just believing the tier leader, which in 2v2
I believed whatever Morgan said, yeah.
don't believe the 2v2 tier leaders. They dislike us a lot. We don't know why, but they do, so don't trust them.
Yep.
Them mainly
Quality.
referring to Morgan. Dude, it's insane how Morgan
Yeah.
started this one-sided beef with us. We just don't know what's going on.
We still actually
Yeah.
don't have a
Clue why.
solid reason or idea as to why. Yeah.
Didn't she almost ban you because you started
Because
quoting
we're
Andrew
guys.
Tate?
I got muted because I said some
And a
stupid
warning.
Andrew Tate
No.
quote.
And I think
Yeah.
there is a message like if you say one more thing about Andrew Tate or top G in quotation marks, I'll ban you.
Yeah, and I did it anyway.
Yeah.
Muted for an hour. It was funny.
I'll never forget Morgan exploding at me for critting whatever the fuck shit I'm mute.
Yeah, critting
Well, it
like
did
the
14% anyways.
Stila with Fusion Bolt.
Yeah, oh,
from
yeah.
Black.
Okay,
Yeah.
there was something
That
I need
must
to
have-
tell this real quick.
It
Aaron.
totally killed me.
Yeah, so there was
I
this tournament game.
Before.
Yeah, either way, in short for podcast listener, and after that I think we close. I played this tournament game right on her turf, and I still fucking beat the shit out of her. But it was something like I had a Mega Swampert and a Pelipper, right? And there was a Mew in front of me trying to stall me out, but it had like 14% left. And Hurricane already did like 20. I crit my Hurricane, and then she said no, I would have won without that hex, because that crit wouldn't, like, made it that you killed. Which was like the most delusional thing ever. And then I showed her a
Oh, it's there
gawk,
too. Yeah.
and then she
There's
said
that
no,
and
that's
the
just
Shadow
not
Steel
true.
one.
And like,
That's not real. You
Dude,
edited that number.
she was cosplaying like Fox News, it was insane.
News.
Brought it out. Wait, guys, we gotta start Fox News, but for Showdown.
Well, I already suggested we
Just
start
it's
Smoke
like
Stars.
Charades, shit.
I-
I don't know.
I-
We gotta find some topic to cover and like you like spread misinformation. Like
Well-
literally just as much misinformation as possible.
Parker and I had the idea to start something called Smoke Stars, like Keemstar, but then Spokon related. I just start beef
Oh.
with everybody for no reason, and like I heard like X person got banned for like and then some really deranged stuff, and then just make a whole big deal out of it. Just covering all the smoke on drama. But I think we would actually get banned. Yeah, that's why we don't do it. Because I'm sure you, according to the rules, won't get banned for it, but in practice you would.
You get infracted,
Yeah.
probably.
You know what? I'm not touching on this, otherwise we'll go off-road again.
Some
Well,
bad things might
yeah.
happen.
Yeah, okay, this in the past. Yeah, right?
GG's.
GG's.
Yep.
I think this is where we call it. And I think we actually got a podcast where I didn't have to edit anything, cut something out, timestamp, one I can just
There was
upload.
one pause.
Yeah, but I
That's when I went to
posted.
take the call.
Yeah, I posted on
Yeah.
OBS, so I don't have to
Oh,
edit
okay, then
anything.
we're chilling.
Yeah,
Okay, it doesn't even. Yeah.
Fire.
Nice.
Alright, guys. Well,
Right.
I'll see y'all later.
certainly.
That was fun.
That is good.
See ya.
See you, boys.
See ya.